Hi, my name is Dorit Oren, Senior Director of Product Marketing at Gilat. I have as my guest today Hagay Katz, Gilat's Chief Product and Marketing Officer.
Hi Dorit, glad to be here.
Let's talk today about the new Elastix Space Era and Gilat's flagship platform SkyEdge IV, designed for this exciting next generation of satellite communication.
The new Elastix Space Era can be defined by 4 dimensions that revolve around elasticity: multi-orbit and VHTS satellites, software-defined satellites, cloud architecture, and an elastic access scheme.
Hagay, let's discuss these 4 dimensions one at a time. First, please clarify the significance of the first dimension, multi-orbit and VHTS.
The expansion from VHTS geosatellites to include very high throughput geosatellites and non-geostationary orbit constellation increases capacity in orders of magnitude. Tens of terabits per second are expected over the coming years. SkyEdge IV was designed to handle terabits rather than gigabits. In addition, the ground segment must be architected to operate in a multi-orbit environment. And indeed, SkyEdge IV elastic architecture was built to address multi-orbit operation. This includes seamless handovers between orbits, implementing make before break for an uninterrupted and transparent user experience.
Thanks, Hagay. And what about the second dimension of software-defined satellites? Can you please elaborate on this dimension of the Elastix Era?
Sure. Software-defined satellites are one of the biggest changes in satellite communications. Software-defined satellites are smart. They have the elastic capabilities to modify beams, bandwidth, power, and connectivity as needed. The smart satellites of the Elastic Era allow for programmable software-defined networks, SDN, that supports on-the-fly changes to optimally address dynamic network changes. This obviously requires the ground segment to work in harmony with the software-defined satellites to create an elastic network that constantly adjusts to ever-changing conditions and service policies. The SkyEdge IV architectures allows to adapt in real time to the changing satellite configurations. Scalability is not limited by beam coverage, bandwidth, and peak throughput. SkyEdge IV enables a ground infrastructure that is better optimized to reduce costs with a smaller footprint, while capacity is added only as network utilization increases.
Thank you, Hagay. And now to the third dimension, the cloud. This dimension is actually an industry trend far larger than satellite communications. It is a general term for anything that involves delivering hosted services over the internet to improve efficiency. What are the implications to satellite communications? Hagay, can you please explain?
Sure. SkyEdge IV was architected for the cloud. SkyEdge IV allows satellite operators and service providers a phased approach in moving to the cloud. This reduces risks and allows decision-making based on economic viability. For example, a customer may choose to move the total NMS to the cloud first, later the data center, and last the gateway. This allows a hybrid hardware-software model until our customers are ready for a fully software-based business model.
Thanks, Hagay. So now let's move on to the fourth dimension of this exciting Elastix Era, the access scheme. What is that about?
The elastic access is a critical requirement of the ground segments, since it is required to address dynamic changes in the network with the most efficient use of satellite resources. The access scheme must optimally fit a variety of applications. The Elastic Era requires optimization with terminal speeds moving from kilobits per second to gigabits per second, providing fast and dynamic adaptation to changes with maximum efficiency and minimal overhead. In SkyEdge IV, we developed an elastic access scheme that dynamically adapts to any application with any service level agreement or any link quality. The elastic access scheme combines TDMA agility with elastic SCPC efficiency. Gilat Elastic Access utilizes an innovative dense coding algorithm, we name it XDC, for elastic dense coding to provide better space segment utilization and a more robust signal.
Thanks for that. Now, SkyEdge IV was launched last year. Can you update us on its business success?
Sure. Leading satellite operators such as SES, Intelsat, and Hispasat have already chosen Gilat SkyEdge IV platform for a variety of applications, including IFC, maritime, enterprise, and cellular backhaul. It is installed and operational, and we expect a great future for SkyEdge IV.
Thank you, Hagay, for your detailed explanations.
Thank you, Dorit, and it is a great pleasure to be here with you.